A man called police asking for help, looking for his missing father. After 17 hours of interrogation, he confessed that he killed his dad, but it turned out his father was alive all along, and there was no murder. Shimon Prokopez has the story you'll see only on CNN.
In August 2018, Tom Perez called Fontana, California police to report his elderly father missing.
Hello, this is CSOP with Fontana Police. So can I put him in the system right now as a missing person?
But 36 hours later, Perez was placed on a psychiatric hold for trying to take his own life. And the Fontana Police Department had gotten him to admit to a murder he never committed.
I was now in their little box of horrors, their little box, as they call it.
Perez has never publicly spoken about what happened until now to CNN.
I felt like they were my captors, and I had nothing, there was nothing I could do.
Detectives at the Fontana Police Department brought Perez in for questioning over his missing father. He soon became their prime suspect.
It's really concerning to me that he hasn't been back yet.
They were convinced Perez's father had been murdered at the home the two shared. Police said Perez appeared suspicious, and they suspected a violent act based on broken furniture, and that some of his father's things were discarded. They also said they found some blood evidence inside the home. Perez told police the mess was from home renovations, and they were getting rid of things before selling it. After searching the home, police asked him to go to the station. That's when detectives turned a missing persons call into a 17-hour interrogation to get a confession. When they were not successful, they recruited Perez's close friend to help.
Dude, they got you on murder, Dad. They got you on murder. Impossible.
How are you?
Doing good.
When the friend, who later said he regretted his involvement, didn't get a confession, the interrogators brought his pet dog Margot into the room.
You killed him, and he's dead. And your dog is sitting here looking at you, knowing that you killed your dad.
Detectives suggested that Margot might need to be put down after witnessing such a traumatic event.
Just wanted to hold her. Not let go. And then they took her out of the room sometime after that. And felt like the end of the world for me. Will you be here?
I've never, ever seen a situation where the police bring a dog this size through the police department, they transport it there, walk it through the police department, bring it into an interrogation room, and use it as a tool in order to seek a confession. It's unconscionable. It's simply unconscionable.
Throughout the interrogation, Perez says he was suffering from mental health issues, but was denied medical help.
Are you gonna bring me my doctor? You won't take me to the ER?
You don't need to go to the ER.
In the footage CNN reviewed, police lead a sleep-deprived and exasperated Perez into a confession.
Did you stab him?
I didn't think that I did.
But if you did, where would you have stabbed him?
It might have been the belly.
They got him to affirm suggestions they made to him. Like, well, you stabbed him. Okay, I stabbed him.
Distraught, psychologically beaten, and overwhelmed with grief, Perez says he tried to take his own life using his shoelace.
They attacked me right at the very things that I love most. My fur baby, my father. And it doesn't seem like there's anything left. I couldn't see the reason to continue with more pain.
But his father wasn't dead.
Margot, I believe, was following me.
Police learned from Perez's sister that their father was unharmed, but Perez remained in the interrogation room.
They learned that Tom's father was alive and well and was at LAX airport ready to take a flight to go visit his sister. They didn't have the nerve to look him in the face. They didn't have the nerve to tell him his dad's okay.
They let me in that mental anguish and just suffer continually.
Police put him on a psychiatric hold at a hospital, where days later he finally learns his father is alive.
A younger nurse came over to my bedside and says, I know it's It says in your file that not to speak to anybody, any family members. But your dad's on the phone. And I went, what? She handed the phone to me, and I just dropped to the floor crying because he was alive.
5 days of hell. After he called the police for help, he is reunited with his father.
And he said, Dad, is that you? Is that really you? I said, yes. We had tears in our eyes.
Seeking accountability for what he endured, Perez filed a federal lawsuit against the city of Fontana.
Police officers are trained that they can engage in deception, but when you go over the line and you engage in deceptive action that would cause an innocent person to confess to a crime they didn't commit, that's where the line is crossed.
One of the detectives defended his actions in deposition video exclusively obtained by CNN.
I don't think that the police department would say we did anything wrong. We were just attempting to get some information from Mr. Perez, and that we had been with Mr. Perez all day, and we were running out of things to say to him to try to get the answer about where his father was located.
There is no indication that there has been an internal review, and none of the officers involved have been disciplined. Several have been promoted. Earlier this year, Perez settled with the city for $900,000. The city issued a statement to CNN saying the settlement included no finding of wrongdoing. The city added that Perez was not isolated as claimed. He was given his medication and fed multiple times. For Perez and his father, the trauma continues.
No amount of compensation will ever compensate me for what I went through. Ever.
Shimon Prokupez, CNN, New York.